first, there's been a deadly attack in Saudi Arabia on the border with Iraq. 2 people were killed, a general and a colonel. One attacker blew himself up while another was killed in a gunfight with Saudi forces. No claim of responsibility so far, but there are reports that the Islamic State group could have been behind that attack. Joining me now is Wasim Nasser, France 24's expert on jihadi movements. Hello, Wasim. What more can you tell us about this attack?
What we know today is that this morning at dawn at 4:30, 4 jihadis attacked this location in Saudi Arabia. A general was killed, and it's not just any general. He's the head of the northern zone for Saudi Arabia. The colonel wasn't killed; he was injured, and another soldier was killed in a gunfight. So we know that between the four jihadis that attacked, one was killed through a shot. The second one blew his explosive belt, and this is how the general and his soldier and his companion were killed. And 2 others were capable to go back to Iraq.
And what's the significance of this attack?
There's a big symbolic in this attack. Till now, it wasn't officially claimed by the Islamic State, but all the people that are sympathizers of the Islamic State and even high-ranking officials of the Islamic State are cheering this event on social media. And the symbolic is to attack Saudi Arabia, since Saudi Arabia is part of the coalition, since Saudi planes are hitting today in Iraq the positions of the Islamic State. But also one important thing to note is that these 2 officers weren't there randomly, if we may say so. It means that the jihadis had real intelligence information, because as we know, high-ranking officers like this don't spend their time on the border. So they had information which made them capable of doing this attack, and where it was made, it wasn't really on the border. So I guess, it's not sure, but I guess that they were able to get into 10 kilometers into Saudi Arabia before being able to hit.
And what about the reports of Saudi Arabia financing the Islamic State group?
Today, this is the most. This is a blunt proof that all this was nonsense. Saudi Arabia. People thought that Saudi Arabia was financing jihadi group because of its engagement in Afghanistan in the 1980s. But this is not true for Syria. In Syria, they are helping Islamist groups, but Islamist groups which are against the Nusra Front, which is al-Qaeda, and against the Islamic State. We shouldn't forget that Saudi Arabia financed the Sunni militias that fought al-Qaeda in Iraq beginning 2007. So all this is a myth about Saudi Arabia helping the Islamic State, and we should know that Saudi Arabia is a target for the Islamic State since it was created, because they think that they are apostate, not real believers, and the Islamic States want to take back holy places in Saudi Arabia. And today, for the Islamic State, if it will get claimed in the upcoming hours, Saudi Arabia being in the coalition, and Saudi religious, high-ranking religious people in Saudi Arabia making the fatwas or the diktat, saying that the caliphate isn't legit. This means that they have the justification to attack Saudi Arabia, and I guess that this attack is the beginning.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for clearing things up for us, Wasim.